PJ, I wanted to talk to you about a couple things really quickly. I don't know if I hit on them before, so if I can't, do you hear how wheezy I am? These allergies, people are going to think I have COVID because I walk around and go, and it's not. And it's just allergies, like I'm not sick. I wanted to talk to you about Black Lives Matter and the rant I have in my brain. So, all these white people get on and they promote Black Lives Matter all of a sudden. I remember when that was like, you might as well have been saying Antifa, which I don't care. I promote Antifa. I know that sounds terrible, but let me explain. Like, we've been marching for 50 years for civil rights, right? Like, since I was born, everybody has marched, not everybody, but groups have marched for civil rights, for equal rights, for African Americans, and they killed Kennedy, they killed Martin Luther King, they killed Bobby, the established people didn't want to hear it then. They don't want to hear it now. They're already tired of it. You know, they grow tired. They grow weary. And this is the first time, though, I've ever seen, like, something like matter in other ways. So people are getting fired, which is fabulous. They're being called out on what they just can't do anymore. I mean, it isn't about political correctness, because that's what happened with Trump and that whole group, is they tried to make it about what's politically correct or not. And that's not the point. It's not about political correctness. It's just about correctness. So I watch all these white people, and they're like great with the marching, but they're not good with like the rioting or the looting or, you know, any kind of vandalism. And they say things like, well, why do they, and I hate that part, why do they burn up their own streets? Who gave them those streets? I didn't recognize that part. Like, whose streets are they? No, they're the government. Like, what you have to realize is cops are not, they're supposed to be there. They say they're there to police for us, to protect us. But the truth is, they protect the capitalists, the establishment, the stores, I don't know. They don't, I'm not saying none of them have ever been in a position to protect people, but that is not their main goal. It isn't. It is always to protect the establishment, that whoever that may be at the time. So now I feel like, and it's not different. It's not like this just started happening, that the trend is that they're killing black men. The only difference is you're witnessing it because of cell phones. Because everybody's got a cell phone now. So they can, you can't say, oh, he tried to shoot me, he reached for a gun, whatever. You can't say that if somebody has just recorded you and that was, and that wasn't real. So now you guys, the cops are being called out because you finally have people that are like turning their phones around going, look, this is happening. It's been happening. 50 years it happened. Since I was born, it's happened. I'm 62. It's just systematic. So when I hear some white person say, like, they shouldn't be looting, they shouldn't be bullshit. They've been friggin' marching forever. And you know what? The establishment and cops, they'll let you march your feet off. But it doesn't matter. You can march until you're black and blue. It didn't change anything. But what did was a little bit of overdue. So for me, and I've never even had a physical fight in my life. Like, never put hands on another person in an aggressive way. Never. Not once. But, and I have a story. I'm going to insert my story if I can hear about that. I have a funny story about me being a non-fighting person. But I recognize that sometimes change comes with pain. And apparently, watching that man cry for his mother wasn't enough pain because he was black. And truthfully, this administration, who cares about his life? That's how they think. Doesn't change their portfolio. So, I don't promote violence in any way, shape, or form, but I completely understand it. I get it. And if that makes other white people uncomfortable, then maybe being uncomfortable is what it's going to take to affect a change. You know, there's always a payment on their end, and this guy paid with his life in front of everyone. His daughter will forever be able to look at her father's last moments. It's, oh my God, did I really go down this road again? Yes, I did. I think I have a brain fog when it comes to this road. Damn it, I gotta turn around. Every day. Turn around. Turn around, bright eyes. Every day that I pull up, every day I come down this road. Turn around, idiot. Every day I come down this road, and I think it's open to work, but I end up back on 13. So, shut up. White people, shut the fuck up. Come on. You know, I love that you're involved and you feel like a part of the team type shit, but don't say, oh, I'm all for Black Lives Matter, but so tired of the butt. You're a butt. Just say you're for Black Lives Matter. Don't throw in, except for the vandals, the looters, and the people that actually are angry. If it was your kid, you'd be angry too. If it was your dad. Like, please put yourselves... Oh, this detour is going to have me killed, I'm telling you. So, alright, so, like, white people, shut up. Like, if you're going to be the butt, don't do it. Don't say butt. Don't say butt. I heard about, in Chicago, some woman had like an Indian restaurant, and the looters were all outside in the stores, and at first she was in there trying to save it, and then she was like, it's more powerful if I don't try to save it, because there has to be a payment. The payment was his life. What's the payment for everything that's happened? Like, what is it? Oh, we're gonna march? Buddy, without all that payment, you're just a pedestrian. That's all. You're just marching. You're walking. Dead man walking. So, will I run out and say, yay, go burn a building? No. But as it burns, will I feel... Will I say things like, oh, those animals that burnt that building? No. I'm going to say those animals that kneeled on the neck of a man for 9 minutes while he begged for his life and cried for his mommy. Yeah. That's what. Those are the animals. They've always been the animals. You just never saw them now. Now you're seeing. Now you see. Those are the animals. Not the ones that break a window. Fuck, man. Never mind. I can't say what I want because they'll probably come arrest me. But I completely understand it, and I feel no pathetic and angry for anybody who's in that position. Hopefully, this payment that's gone on for days and days and days will extract that change. Because if not, we'll be doing it again. You better hope that that's enough, that this payment is like gonna change something, because nothing changes. This is gonna repeat, and I guarantee you it's going to get bigger and bigger, and then, you know, that bunker will be put to use a lot, and he doesn't like that bunker, so whatever. I'm just saying, get rid of the but in your statements. It makes me sick when I hear it. It's like, you really think you understand, but you don't understand. Anyway, just keep repeating. The animals are them. They. The cops are they. The animals are they. And I'm not saying all cops are bad, but all cops cover for other cops. It's like a thing. I don't even think they can't cover for other cops. Like, I think that it's to the point where, like, the blue code is, like, so big that they don't know how to stop. I think there's good men and women out there, but they don't know how to stop covering for these people because they've been doing it for so long in a certain way. It's very hard to change that. So the only thing that's going to change that is if you arrest every person that breaks the law, especially if they are paid to uphold the law. They should have bigger penalties. Cops should be in a worse situation for something like, you know, police brutality and stuff. I think that those, like, being brutal to a fellow human being should be an X punishment. And I think that a cop being brutal to one of the people that he's supposed to protect should be a Z punishment, like the worst punishment. I just think that they're not going to stop until they're actually punished for what they do, like just right alongside all the criminals that they put in jail. You know, I'm not saying there's no criminals. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that just because you're a criminal doesn't mean you have to die, get beat up by fucking cops that just want to take something out on you. And we've seen it. We've all seen it. And everybody's just like, well, he must have done something wrong. Just like the autopsy that lied about this guy, like George Floyd. You know, they have to prove that somebody else is wrong because they have to be right, but they're not. And that's why I always didn't like cops, not because I personally have ever been beat up or whatnot, but I know people that have, and I know the situation that they were in and why. I witnessed cops lying over the course of my life so many times, and they lied to cover their ass, and that's it. And that blue code has to go away, and it's not going to unless you start really putting them behind bars for a very long time, because then they're going to look at the consequence, look at the payment. What's the pain? Right now, you give them no pain for them murdering black people. Okay, so what's the pain now? Marching? No. That just makes you a pedestrian. That just makes you're marching for fucking cancer or something. That doesn't stop this. What stops it is everybody's involved and everybody rejects it. And that's what's starting to happen. But the establishment is bigger than everybody. That's the problem. See, when the way that people don't understand the way that you deal with the establishment either. The reason why you have congressmen, congresswomen, senators, all the little people that work all the way up to those jobs, You can find their house. You know, you can sit in front of their house till they listen to you. You can go to their offices. See, that's why I think the states need more power than the Fed, because right now what it is you can't get near the ones on the hill. You can't go and have a conversation with them. You have to wait till they come back home. And so, yeah, so I think that there used to be a process to do something, and there isn't now. And there used to be, like, the amount of cops that hurt people are probably not a ton, but the amount of cops that cover for that is all of them, down to the autopsy guy. That's the problem. So yeah, extract some pain on some punishment on their side. Lock them all up. They're doing something, that's it. They lose your job once they lose their job. Keep body cams on so that you can see what your employees are doing. Don't be afraid to fire people. That's what you are. You're just afraid. But keeping it the way it is, the next time this happens, it's going to be so much worse. I hope they're not stupid enough to do that. But, you know, they have been over 50 years now. All right, I'm going to get off here. That's my rant. I love you guys. Bye.